So we have BryNu, DarkSpotz, DD, and Pursky, and I'm going to let them take it away now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this race for Tomb Raider Anniversary. My name is BryNu, and I have the top 4 runners for the main category of this game, who are DarkSpotz. Hello, DarkSpotz.
Hello,
I
I'm
also
DarkSpotz.
have with me Pursky. Hello, Pursky.
Hi.
And number 4 under the board, Mr. Didi. Hello, Didi.
Hello.
Now all of us are going to be competing 1v1, v1, v1 on this main category race, which is any percent no bug jump. And for that, I have two commentators, Dragon Aki, hello.
Up.
And Mr. Kaimon. Hello, Kaimon.
Hello, hello.
They'll be taking care of the main commentary while the runners are basically concentrating / focusing on the race itself. So I will let you guys, Kaimon and Dragon, just take it away, basically.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Well, before we get into anything, how are we going to do the countdown?
Let's just do it as simple as possible. I think everybody is on the same screen right now, which is the one that says yes or no.
Yep.
Yes.
Right. And basically,
Yes.
we're gonna count down from 3. So 3, 2, 1, go. And on go, everybody clicks on yes, and we should be good to go.
All right, who's
So-
going to do the honors?
When you guys wanna do the countdown, whenever you want.
Dragon.
Wait, how
please.
about Kaimon does it?
Me? All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Everybody ready?
Yes. Yep.
So, then let's start your engines in 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, let's
Good luck.
get it. So immediately we have a tricky first airwalk, and it looks like we do see a miss from Diddy, but the other players are neck and neck, pretty much. We have a slight lead from BryNu, just this ever so slight lead. DarkSpotz is very close though, with Pursky being like, I want to say like 2 seconds behind, maybe like 1.5. And then Didi, of course, missed the first airwalk, so it's a bit rough. Also, he's going to have to do a backup here. He did not have enough height to get back in bounds, so he's going to have to get a backup airwalk, but he gets it perfectly. That airwalk is so hard to get. I hate it.
Yeah, and he just casually gets it. Really nice from him.
Exactly. Luckily, everybody's on advanced hold. Something to consider. Oh, never mind. Apparently, Diddy is not.
Oh no.
So something to consider in this game is you actually finish the game with manual aim for the purpose of aiming precisely at the final boss's wings. So when you restart a run, you have to change
Put it
back
back.
to advanced hold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna have a rough time. So you just need to reset. Obviously, we cannot reset here because it is a marathon and a race as well. So another setback for Didi is just very unfortunate, but he can still make it up. You know, a lot of things can happen. It's a race. The category has a lot of room for error as well. There's a lot of tricky stuff. We're coming up on Vilcabamba Warp for BryNu and DarkSpotz, with, again, Pursky being like 2 to 3 seconds behind, pretty close. And this is going to be, if you've never seen this, they're going to drop at a very specific location out of bounds into a checkpoint that is invisible. Now, this checkpoint is going to warp us way far ahead, because for some reason, this is the checkpoint for the next area, but it extends all the way here. So you can just access it by dropping into this very precise location. And so far, everybody's got it.
Very
And
good.
it looks like Didi gets it as well. Very nice. Everybody got Vilcabamba Warp. That is huge. Missing that is quite the setback.
That's true. There's a backup strat you can do, however, only if you get inbounds. If you fall out of bounds all the way down, then I think it sets you a long distance back, so that's quite a disadvantage.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty huge, especially if you're already a bit behind in a race.
Yeah.
Kind of a detriment.
But
Here
Drench-
we're looking to like not gain too much height, but just enough to get out of bounds so that we can get back in the hallway, which we just saw from every player so far. Actually, this is very nicely done on the height management by them. Looks like Didi's going to get it as well. Very nice. What did you want to say, Kai?
if we want to explain the technique behind the airwalk itself, because right now we're seeing the runners just airwalking through the air, and perhaps it makes, if we want to explain the technique behind it as well.
Okay, so just very simply and very briefly, if you've never seen an airwalk, this is you're looking for a specific vault animation, and you right before touching the ledge, you just equip your weapons, and voila, you can walk on air.
Yeah,
This
you're
is
never
essentially
supposed to.
flying, and you can use this to get pretty much anywhere, and you can lose or gain height by interacting with the environment, just, you know, going into different kinds of geometry. In the meantime, we just saw Qualipec skip from 3 runners so far. Didi is on his way to complete it as well, and he did it. Very nice. Qualipec can be tricky as well. You have the getting out of bounds part, which you actually have to be a bit patient for. If you go too fast, you will not get it. Then there's the jump back in bounds, which again is requires a good timing and good positioning. Otherwise, Lara just kind of gets stuck. And you can also, if you misaim it, you trigger the boulder, which is not triggering the boulder is the entire purpose of the skip. So if you trigger the boulder, you're just dead and you have to reload checkpoint.
Yeah, exactly.
And in the meantime, got some nice QTEs.
The first one in the game.
First one indeed. And we're already out of Peru. Can you guys believe that? 5.5 minutes in.
Crazy.
Now,
Coming too
already we're going to keep breaking the game by just slipping past this wall that just, you know, under the balcony has absolutely no collision, which is just, you know, just as you do. Then we're going to slip past this gate. You can saw it on BryNu's screen already. Nothing too complicated about this, really. You just have to know where to get out of bounds, and then you just go around, jump back in bounds behind the gate, and then walk into it to load the area, and then make your way down the stairs. Now we're going to see Folly Skip, which is one of the trickiest to learn, but once you do learn it, it's not that bad, but it does lose quite a bit of time if you mess it up. Now BryNu is going to get it first try, it seems. xDarkSpotz is going to miss it, so
Oh no!
big setback for him.
Oh man.
Now we have Pursky going for it, and Didi right behind him.
Ooh.
Actually, he's made up quite a bit of his time. Pursky is going for the safe way, while Didi is going for the quote-unquote YOLO way, but it took him a second, so they still have like this 2-second difference kind of going on. They're very close to each other though, and it looks like xDarkSpotz missed it again, so he's actually fallen to last place.
I'm sorry.
BryNu just got the Coliseum cutscene skip. That is absolutely ridiculous. This doesn't even save like too much time. It's like 1 second, maybe 2 seconds at most. Because the cutscene that you're skipping would actually warp you forward anyways. So it's not really a big skip. It's not very significant. Definitely not something you would even reset over if you don't get it. But coming up for BryNu is something that you would actually reset over if you do not get it. And that is going to be this spiral staircase
Just get out of bounds.
Fall damage cancel, and very nicely done by him. DarkSpotz did actually get the fully skip just now in the meantime, so he is on his way as well. Pursky and DD are basically neck and neck. Still just like a 1 to 2 second difference between them. It's extremely close. BryNu is quite a bit ahead, but again, still anything can happen.
Yep.
While DarkSpotz is on his way to the Colosseum. Now we're going to see just a little nudge back in bounds, and then all the way back out of bounds again from BryNu. It's done very nicely. And this just loads this cistern area, and then you want to go right back out of bounds just to avoid having to do any of it.
Same
And
thing.
then, yes, exactly same thing coming up for Pursky and DD.
Man.
And once you get this, the next thing you have to do is once again get out of bounds and then make your way to the Centaur's boss fight. DarkSpotz got the fall damage cancel as well,
Very
and
nice.
now he's going to try to get out of Midas. Now, funnily enough, Midas is actually, I want to say, one of the longest levels in the game if you do it properly, but it's kind of a joke in glitched categories.
BryNu now coming up to a boss fight.
Exactly, but he does have to do a QTE first, but it's not like they're too hard.
That's true.
If you are nervous, you can misclick though, and in this game, unlike in Tomb Raider Legend, if you click the button too early, it's going to give you a fail even if you press the correct button. So you have to be very careful.
Yeah, mashing is not allowed. It's just not gonna work.
Definitely not. You can do it in Legend, not in this game. So it looks like we have a pretty optimal Centaur so far from BryNu. This is another crucial point in the run actually, because you can get bad RNG here with the way Centaurs spawn. And if you get really unlucky, they spawn in such a way that you cannot even damage them for a while or at all. In which case you either lose a bit of time or can even result in you having to reset your run. So definitely not something we want to see in the race for anyone. But it looks like we got pretty acceptable spawns for everyone so far. And BryNu is already finished the Centaurs.
Crazy. Really nice.
And we're already in Egypt for BryNu. DarkSpotz is about to enter the QT as well. In the meantime, Pursky and DD are still on the boss fight, but it looks like DD is actually going to finish first. Oh, never mind, he still has one more. Oh, again, they have like 1 second difference. Oh, but he did finish it first. DD did the optimal way of finishing the boss fight, so he's got a little bit of a lead.
It's very, very tight.
It is very tight. It's so, like, it's ridiculous how close Pursky and DD are right now. DarkSpotz still on the boss fight, but you know, not that far behind. Like, I want to say like maybe half a minute at max, which is, you know, still pretty close. Then we have BryNu, who just currently did like the Egypt skip, which just skips over like pretty much 2 levels, like 2 entire levels. You go from the beginning of the first Egypt level all the way to the beginning of the 3rd Egypt level. And it looks like he managed to pull it off completely. He's making his way to the Sphinx. And DD just got the skip as well. I mean, in the meantime, Pursky actually messed it up, so it's a little bit of an opportunity for DarkSpotz to catch up if he messes it up again. But it looks like he got it this time, or at least the beginning.
Love it. Nice.
DarkSpotz is getting closer, though. In the meantime, DD is 2nd place so far. BryNu is making his way to the water room, which again we do not care about. We're going to get an airwalk, lose some height, and just fly across. Now we're losing height because you cannot
Enter the hallway otherwise.
yes, you would have to do a fall damage cancel, and if you do a fall damage cancel, you end up at ground level, and there's no other way to get an airwalk in this area. So you would have to do the room intended, which is incredibly slow and incredibly annoying. So we just keep the airwalk and get your way to the final item placements, which open up the gates and the end of the level with that. Diddy is also skipping the water room right now, so he's actually not too far behind from BryNu right now. He's got quite a bit of a gap now from Pursky because of Pursky messing up the Egypt skip. And xDarkSpotz still behind, but you know, just a little bit at a time, catching up actually. The difference between Pursky and xDarkSpotz is getting less and less. So definitely creeping up there. In the meantime, we had a QTE from BryNu, and Diddy is about to finish the final Egypt level as well. And we're moving on to Natla's Mines, where we lose all of our guns. Oh no! It looks like we won't be able to get any airwalks for a while.
Oh no, what are we gonna do?
I don't know, if only there was some magical way to get our guns before the devs intended.
Are you spoiling something there?
I am merely making hints.
Right.
So we're in the final Egypt QTE for Pursky as well. In the meantime, xDarkSpotz is about to finish the final Egypt level in about like 20 seconds as well, I want to say. Or maybe because of the delay, it's more like 10 seconds for you guys. In the meantime, BryNu is going to grab the weapons through the wall first try. It's a bit tricky, but once you get used to it, it's not bad.
Yeah, basically you can use the grapple hook to extend your range of grabbing weapons, and that way you can grab it through the wall.
Exactly. There is a bit more nuance to it, but that's the gist of it. It's pretty cool and convenient skip. I believe it was found by Katarev all the way back a couple years ago. And in the meantime, BryNu picked up another set of pistols, which is going to help in the final boss fight. Not really any other purpose, but it is going to save a lot of time in the final boss fight itself, because we're going to 2-cycle Natla, or 1 cycle if you will. It's the fastest possible way to kill her without going for the QTE that BryNu just skipped. Because normally if you do that QTE, you would have access to Uzis afterwards, and the Uzis are the fastest way of killing the final boss the intended way, let's say, or without any cheats. However, that QTE takes so long, we just don't care. We just grab the magnums and be on our merry way. So we're coming up on vertical room for BryNu.
Very risky.
Which is very, very punishing. If you mess up anything here, it's run over. Because not only would the game set you back pretty far normally, however, you have to consider that the checkpoints that the game tells you that you got are actually fake in this room. Because you're entering it in a different way from how you would normally, the game actually gives you fake checkpoints. So if you die here at any point, you are going to get sent back way before this. You're going to get sent back for, I think, before the QTE that got skipped.
You get sent to the entrance of the room, because what you do is you skip the cutscene at the entrance. That's supposed to spawn a bunch of enemies, and if you respawn anywhere in the room and the cutscene hasn't been played yet, it just plays.
Okay, so that's the way people do it nowadays, I suppose.
Yeah. If you don't get any checkpoint and die first, you do is respawn before the QTE is super far back.
Yeah, that's the way it was in the old times, which is what I'm remembering. But yeah, you have this other checkpoint as well now, I guess, but it's still insanely far back, and under normal circumstances, it still means your run is over. So currently, BryNu finished the vertical room, and DD's about to finish it in, I want to say, 15 seconds, maybe 10. Pursky just started it not too long ago.
Yeah,
and
he's coming to the inbounds part.
xDarkSpotz is about to start it as well. Once again, Pursky and xDarkSpotz not too far off. And then we have Diddy and BryNu being a bit closer to each other as well, but BryNu definitely has a very significant lead. He's already in the final level. He's on the torso. And guys, this is an insane pace, especially for a race.
Yeah,
Still
and if you
sub
thought we were gonna
20
fight
RCA.
Torso,
And exactly like Kai is saying, we're not going to be fighting torso, we're actually going to skip him. And a fun little fact that has been brought to my attention the last time I watched a marathon is that the last two boss fights in Tomb Raider 1 and Tomb Raider Anniversary are actually reversed in terms of speedrunning. In Tomb Raider 1, you fight torso and skip Natla. In Tomb Raider Anniversary, you skip torso and fight Natla, which I just thought was a pretty funny, like, ironic little thing. So we pretty much skip torso by deloading the area where the boss fight is, and then lowering our height using airwalk, and then we just basically clip through the platform itself that the boss fight would be on, and that allows us to just bypass the entire boss fight and make our way to the final hallways of the game. And BryNu is already coming up to the Natla boss fight. He's going to have to switch combat modes here to manual. Like I said at the beginning of the run, he's going to want to aim at Natla's wings precisely, because there is a targeter on her body as well, but it does not take any damage. And also in this first phase, you're looking to destroy her wings, because that's what triggers a cutscene. In the meantime, xDarkSpotz just started torso skip, Pursky just finished it, and Diddy is on his way to Natla as well.
Yep, coming to the final fall damage cancel as well. But all in all, we can still say that the runners are all still very close to each other.
Yes, it's crazy. Like, even with some of the mistakes, like, these are all still good runs.
Absolutely.
These are like... I don't think I could beat these, like any of them. And it looks like BryNu is doing a little bit of Alt F4ing. I'm not sure if he's just doing it for the memes, but yeah, he's definitely doing it for the memes. Right? He's contemplating just exiting the game on the final QTE. So he's pretty much won already, unless he somehow messes up the QTE.
Don't talk too soon.
And there's two more inputs. One of them is already done. Needs one more. In the meantime, Diddy is also about to finish in a few seconds, actually. This is so close. This is so damn close.
Yep, here we go for Diddy.
Yeah, so Diddy is entering the QTE. In the meantime, BryNu is already done, and I'm going to say time when he gets the final results screen. So, time for BryNu. Now Diddy has to deal with the final QTE. In the meantime, Pursky and xDarkSpotz are still in the actual boss fight itself. xDarkSpotz just finished the first phase of it, and Pursky is about to finish the second phase. It sounds like he did mess something up though. He ran out of ammo. That is not what you want to see. You have to do an
I
entire
needed
cycle
exactly
like that.
one bullet more. This
Yes,
never happens to me.
it's rough. And it looks like everybody finished the boss fight itself.
Really nice.
Diddy has clocked in as well. He's finished the QTEs as well, and that's going to be time for Diddy right now. And we have xDarkSpotz and Pursky, like, what, 5 or 10 seconds different?
Yeah, almost tied.
It's so close. Like, guys, this is ridiculous.
Coming down to the final QTE.
Yeah, there's not really any way to save time in the QTEs besides one input that you can press a little bit before the game intends you to, but everybody knows about it, everybody goes for it, so it's not really something you can do to gain advantage. It's more like something you do to keep up the pace.
And they did it.
And they have everybody's done now, and I'm going to say time when I see the last results screen, and that is time. GG's, everyone. That was
GG.
so damn close. 24
Congrats,
minutes
GG.
RTA, even for the last person. That is crazy. I would not beat that even in my dreams.
That's actually close.
It was so close.
It was close, yeah, BryNu.
The whole time.
Like,
BryNu, you were ahead by a bit, especially after like the first few levels. But Diddy was actually catching up a bit.
Yeah.
He was only like half a minute behind at one point. So you got first place, Diddy got second place. Then we had Pursky and xDarkSpotz had like a 10 to 5 second difference for like most of the race past Folly. And then they ended up having like 3 seconds difference on the final timer.
Nice.
We got a $16.50 donation from Bexky saying, "Sad I haven't been able to be around this marathon, but you guys have done amazing as always. P.S. Lil Didi is my hero." Thank you, Bexky.
Thank you,
course.
That's
Bexy.
pure Bexy, that's pure shambles. Come on.
Oh man, that was such a nice and exciting race. You guys all brought the heat.
Yeah, great job,
Who
guys.
ended up third and fourth place?
Pursky, you got third and xDarkSpotz got fourth.
Yay, not last.
With a difference of 3
Yay,
seconds.
Sorry. No, that was great. That was great for all of us.
Yeah,
I
great
think
race.
Yep.
I think really what did xDarkSpotz in was the Folly.
Yeah, I messed up Folly like 4 or 5 times. I actually got it the first time. Like I had a weird angle, but I still made it. But I guess I panicked and then I fell off like the platform, and then I had to redo like 3 or 4 times. Like up to Peru. Like my Peru was very clean. I didn't make any mistakes there. And yeah, Folly, and I also got pushed back inbounds at Egypt. And yeah, Netla fight was a bit bad, but other than that, it was quite nice. Like
Netla was also my worst part, because I didn't look at my ammo at all. I was missing Netla a bunch, and then I had 18 bullets left for the second phase.
Oh,
You usually
no.
want to have like 26. And I did that. You usually in a cycle you shoot her 7 times with the regular pistols first to do extra damage, and I did that on both cycles, but I was exactly 1 bullet short. I needed 19.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I killed Netla with
Pursky
my
just
last bullet.
missed the final shots by 1 bullet.
Oh,
Very unfortunate.
Also, Pursky was actually really close to Didi until Egypt. In the Egypt skip, like the first Egypt skip, Pursky messed it up, so Didi got way far ahead, and then xDarkSpotz was catching up, so it became more of a race between xDarkSpotz and Pursky there.
yeah. It's very
We
fun.
got a $10 donation from 93 with a smiley face. Thank you so much for the donation.
I wonder who
Thank
that
you.
is.
Yes, big mystery. No one will ever know.
It's okay, we do have a detective in the call.
Let's not talk about it.
Wow, I'm just I feel like this entire race was like 1 second. I'm still trying to process it. I'm like, okay, so when are we gonna begin, guys? And I'm looking at the screen. Oh wait, everybody's done.
I'm definitely
There's
gonna have to rewatch it.
Yeah,
I was
I
so
wanted to.
nervous
Same.
for the entire thing. I'm definitely gonna rewatch it.
I was the most nervous right at the beginning if I was gonna mess up the first jump.
I messed up the first jump, then I wasn't high enough for the door, then I had to grab the backup, then I stumbled on the ledge and my mountain came.
Exactly.
so
It was
just-
so shaky. It was so shaky for Diddy at the beginning. But you know what? You got the backup airwalk in first try, so that was sick.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah,
guys all
so
did
many
way better
things.
than me. I tried to put together one run and I couldn't even like do that on a timer. Though I was doing fully skip with bats. So
Oh yeah, the old
it's
fully
been
skip. Yeah.
I
it's been a
hate
while.
that.
Ah,
I
that's
one-
hate
fun.
that strat.
That strat is still well in the life and 100% and only there.
Oh,
I would get all the way up to the tower room and then like my fingers would stop working, but if I took a break and started from there, I could do the rest of the run fine. So I don't know.
Yeah, like Bexky says in the chat, bat fully skip is so toxic. I just despise it.
yeah. I'm very glad we switched to the new fully skip. And
I'm
it saves so much
Yeah.
time as well.
yeah,
I'll have
same.
to learn it.
I never had to do it because the better fully skip was found.
Yeah.
So thank God for that.
Yeah, well, technically it was already known. It's just people never
Yeah,
compared
it's
them.
been around
Yeah.
for like a year. It was just used in a different category.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was only used in BTG.
Yeah, but the old setup was hard, so nobody wanted
Yeah,
to use
actually,
it.
people didn't understand how it worked for a while, so it was considered really hard.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we figured it out though, so it's not so bad anymore.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to try picking it up again next year.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
was also on manual aim, by the way.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
awesome.
Diddy was manual aim, and you know what's funny? I was saying right as you guys were rolling through that part where the bats spawn at the beginning of caves, I was saying like, luckily everybody's on advance hold, and as soon as I say it, Diddy just starts targeting the bats.
Nice.
I swear I changed it, but I probably practiced not again and forgot.
That's it for the race, really.
Yep.
Yeah, that is it. And in the
Very good,
meantime, you
very
guys are
close.
seeing some funny Egypt interactions from Diddy and some bug jumps.
When are we doing a bug jump race now?
Soon.
Never.
Okay.
Next year.
Without me.
Maybe Pursky and I can swap places. He's gonna
Yeah, that sounds
commentate
good.
instead.
I mean, we all know
can-
how to bug jump, so don't think it's a problem.
Yeah,
We
you
have
just
another
hold the
4-man
bug and
race.
jump.
Yeah, we all know how to write a script. I'm kidding.
Wow.